Okay, to be honest, so far all of my videos have been rather boring, too technical, and not cool at all. Let's do something different. Right now, together with a bunch of other people, we are building a trans-server railroad, a railroad that goes across the entire server. Of course, there's going to be an ocean in our way, such as this one. Not really an ocean, but technically an ocean. We're going to make a bridge go across here, from there to there. Okay, so this video is going to serve as kind of a tutorial on how to build a large bridge. I'm looking at this, it's really far, it's probably about 200 blocks, you can't even see it the other side, and I think my render distance is actually maxed out completely. Yeah, maxed out. So, can't even see it. Anyways, all I've done is come to this side, just take a look. Got rid of a little bit of dirt that was in my way. And let's see, handy dandy F3, take down those coordinates. Alright, so I'm on the other side, and actually this side is a little bit taller, but I'm just going to get rid of all that dirt. So I'm at y equals 80 here again. He's helping me. Yeah, just about 200 blocks. You look at the X, the other one was like 600 something, just over 600, this one's just over 400, negative, I mean. And we're lined up in the Z, so can't see it, but it's over there. Alright, so I'm in the middle of the ocean now, in between the two spots. You can actually see it over there and there. 200 blocks. I'm trying to think now, like, what do I want this bridge to look like? I know I need a bridge. First thing that comes to mind is a suspension bridge. This span is super long. Right, so I've been sitting here all Minecraft day and night trying to think about what this looks like. I thought about maybe doing a cable stay instead, because these cable stay bridges are really easy to build in Minecraft. It's just the span is too long, and I think the cable stay bridge would just look funny. I want this to look semi-realistic, and the longest spans are suspension bridges, so we're doing a suspension bridge. I think I have an idea. I'm gonna draw it up. I'm gonna draw it up on some paper. It'll look like this. Alright, so I've come into my single player creative world, and I've actually built those little sketches I've done. Here is the bridge road deck. Here's the train tracks underneath. I didn't draw this, so I was just kind of thinking about it. Still don't know if I want to do it or not. I'm not quite sure if it fits. Then I kind of did a little color manipulation to see what it looks like. After some discussion with project members, this is what we came up with. Changing that to nether brick, changing this to all stone slabs, diagonal stone brick slabs, and then we got rid of the thing in the middle, but we added these two little slabs right here. And that's it. Let's build it. Crap, there's one thing we haven't done, we can't build yet. We don't know how long the bridge is, the span from pylon to pylon. Rather than like draw it on paper, it's going to take too long. I'm just going to do it in real life and just make it up as I go. So here I've done one of the pylons. It's going to start here. I've just made the road deck not at the right height, but it's the correct width, and it's lined up. So I'm just going to make this pylon, and then from here I'm going to count out the 20s or whatever, every 20, until I get somewhere over there. Okay, so I'm here about negative 560 in the X. I started at negative 440, so 120 away. This is about the same distance as it is over there. Maybe a little longer, screw it, we'll make it up as we go. We'll do it live. Okay, so I've brought the bridge deck up to the right height. We know how far we're going. Built my temporary access. Let's just start building. Finally, we are done with the road deck. I've already started on the cable spacing as well, so that's all good to go. It's a little bit different than what I showed earlier, but it still works. It's the same thing. So now let's finish the pylons and then do the suspension cables, and then we'll be done. Alright, I finished the pylon on this side, and I've already started the dirt scaffolding for the cables. Unfortunately, I messed up big time on this side. As you can see, it's too tall compared to this side. So we'll have to go back and fix it later. Wow, mega lag. Okay, I did the cables on both sides for the fixed side. This is the midpoint that I marked out. And I figured I'll have enough space to make the little bottom of the bowl in between here. So let's go fix this side. Alright, finally we are done. We have both sides fixed, both cables done, all 4 cables. Now we just need to connect it up. Alright, I fixed it, sort of. What I've done is I've marked out the middle. Put 5 blocks there for right now, just as a placeholder. I went back here, and instead of doing 4 after the, I'm just going to continue with the 6:1 ratio. I'm going to do it again. Crap. No. That's another problem with working like this. You're going to lose a lot of material, so have extras. Last one we just close up. Oops. There we go. So then we're going 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, the middle, and then we go back up the other side. Perfect. Let's do that to both sides. Well, this is looking pretty good. The cables are done. I got a nice little bend right there. Let's start doing the suspender cables. The best way to do this one is honestly just pillar up with dirt and build it and then pillar down. Let's do it now. Let me go get the material. Alright, one thing to note, I purposely, remember when I designed the cable, designed it so that the cable would touch the bottom of the main cable, so you wouldn't have a gap. But eventually, because of this bend, you're going to have one that's going to be gapped at least one. So like this. Now some people like it like this with a slight gap, because you can't really tell if you're walking right here. To me though, this bugs the crap out of me, so I just like making a little notch, doing that, as you saw over here. This is honestly a personal preference. You could also do this if you wanted. Do it that way. I think that looks weird though. So I prefer to do the notch. Or you can just leave a gap. It's up to you. The main span is done. That looks pretty good actually. We just gotta do the other sides of the pylons that connect to land, and this thing will be done. Ah shit, I didn't do this. Alright, I started to do the cable on connect to land. I did a little bit different angle though, so over there is a 4:1, here's a 2:1 ratio. So it's not going to be symmetrical, but you know what, that actually makes sense. Suspension bridges aren't actually symmetrical, even though they look it. The other side though might be a little bit challenging because it's a little bit longer. We'll just make a little mini abutment there, and then continue it on. As I finish up the bridge, just starting to think about things. One thing to note, the diagonal that I was doing earlier is actually easier if you do it first before you do the thing that goes in between the two trusses. That way you can do it this way, where you go down. It's a lot easier than having to go up. I'll show you. If you had to go this way and you couldn't walk on this thing, you would just never be able to place that block. diagonals first and then do the other stuff. It's done. Looks pretty darn good. Let's see, total time from start to finish was about a little over a week, maybe 8-9 days. Most of that was just planning, actually. The builds took, I think, 3 days total. 3 real days. That's a mod, by the way. Yeah, so the bridge deck, which I had planned out quite extensively, only took a day to build. You saw me building it with the other guy. We whipped that out in like an hour. The other stuff, which I didn't plan so well, that took a lot longer. That took 2 days. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had fun making it, and stick around, check out some of my other videos for other builds. Have fun!